Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a reading for one of my repeat clients. I haven't gone back to look at her, previous reading or anything like that. We're just going to start fresh and like starting fresh. And I'm beginning with Earth connection. Somebody's probably an Earth sign because I'm also beginning with the Queen of Earth over here. Although as I was shuffling, I saw mostly water and air. It's also possible that for example, air and earth are coming through because of like a Mercury and Virgo, some things that are going to be impacting them, or that the earth is showing up because of somebody's personality. But it can be here for sun, moon, and rising signs of either, somebody could be a cusper too, so that's how you can have more than one showing up, the air, the water, and the earth, who knows. But I'm starting with earth and earth, so I think somebody's an earth sign. Aside from being about possibly being an earth sign, earth connection is about abundance. It's on its way to you, and it's abundance of, the earthly, like financial and monetary, but also love. Also, when this card shows up, is an indication that you need to spend some time out, like with Mother Nature. If you live in an area that's conducive to that, to spending some time outside, you should. Open into the gateway. Earth connection, and heaven on earth, which looks like, something very peaceful, and like it may actually be about heaven on earth, which would be peaceful and serene, I would imagine. That's not what it's about, though. When this card shows up, it means that there is something of which you need to let go in order to make room for something new. With today being August 18th, we are 3 days away from the new moon and the solar eclipse, both celestial events being about new beginnings. So there is a time upon us when, yes, abundance, maybe as a change, maybe we had been previously stuck in that area. It could be new energy coming through there. And again, letting go of old lack is a possibility. But it could be old relationships, not necessarily romantic, but romantic included, but friendships and, situations with family. And letting go of the old doesn't mean ending the relationship necessarily. It just means letting go of some of our habits and patterns and practices and ideologies and belief systems that, from which we've grown, we've moved on, we're letting that go. So we're closing a door on it and we're moving towards something new. This card, for me, though, is about healing. This very healing yellow and orange light of archangels Uriel and Ariel, and this woman that's allowing for it. She's here with her eyes closed, which means she welcomes it. She's nude. She's in full surrender. She's asking for this help, and it's being provided. Earth connection and birth. So that's about something new too. And this card also wanting to show up divine guidance with moon here. So this could be a very, critical time for you with regard to new beginnings and new birth, the birth of something in your life around the time, again, of the new moon. And that help, that the woman sought, she asked for the help with the healing. That help is infinite. That help never ends. It's always available. Another way that could be seen, though, is like 8, so like the August moon, which again is in 3 days. I'm going to go see the full eclipse. Sorrow with Mother Mary. This card is about what it looks like. But at the same time, because it is about sorrow, it too is about healing. Because we can't stay like this. We don't stay in any one energy or another. People are constantly changing. Energy is constantly moving and changing, and that's what happens here. So sorrow leads to healing. The overall energy here is miracles. And we're just gonna take a peek here to see from the masculine perspective, with the exception of this card here, which is from the feminine perspective on herself, what's going on, what is being felt. The feminine with regard to herself. Embrace. So she's in a place where she needs to, this is self-love and balance. This picture, this card here, when it shows up, although it looks like a couple in a very warm and tight embrace, and I love, you know, this kind of thing. I'm a hugger with at least with my partner, my man. But that's not what it's about. It's one person's inner masculine and feminine endearing one another. So it's one person coming into wholeness and self-love. So maybe that's what the feminine is working on right now. The masculine about the feminine, boom! I love when we just do it fresh out the gate, you know, just... We don't waste any time. Let's get straight to the meat of it. Sacred marriage. So if this moon tree card turns up, and this moon tree card, which again, here's more moon for you. So I think something again might be happening for you within the next couple of days. But when moon tree shows up, it's a card of sacred marriage. So it's first and foremost sacred marriage between heaven and earth. But more importantly, for whom I'm reading, is the marriage between two sacred beings when this card shows up. So if the divine masculine has selected this, or his higher self has selected this card in description of the feminine, he sees her as his wife, sacred wife. They're already married. As I always say, we're already married when we're in the divine union, you know, regardless of whatever else is going on. What God has joined together, or specifically the way Jesus said, when God joins two souls together, he used the words two souls, let no man tear that asunder. There it is. Masculine about himself. Wow. This is the divine masculine of all time, right? A vibration of him at least. So if he's seeing him, he's in a really, really awesome place. If he's seeing himself this way and he's seeing the feminine this way. He's seeing himself as her, you know, husband, divine, whatever his situation is, that doesn't matter. Again, they're already married. About the union. Creativity and more moon. They need to come up with creative ways to establish themselves, and they need to co-create what it is, you know, they will live together, how it is they will live together, what that means for them. And when I say live, I don't mean necessarily physically cohabitating. What is there? They get to come together and create the boundaries and the parameters for their relationship. And it doesn't have to be, you know, like anyone else's. It can be completely like any relationship ever before. That is their right, and that's part of what divine unions are all about. Being atypical and untraditional. Overall, trilogy of light. Beautiful. Especially crossing the universal heart here, Jesus the Christ. Because trilogy of light for me is more like trinity of light. You know, it's the three beings, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the universe coming together. The couple trying to move, you know, nearer and dearer to the universe. And it's just beautiful sitting here atop moon tree and universal heart. Outcome, the gateway. So they have an opportunity to walk forward, you know, move forward together, go through the portal, break past, and, you know, the boundaries that maybe were previously set before them. What can the feminine do or surrender? What would the masculine have her do or surrender toward the union? Herself. She needs to go into the surrender. She needs to take this, and they're on the same page. Because if she sees that her divine masculine and feminine need to come into balance, there's some healing required there. He's asking the same thing. He's asking for her to take advantage of the feminine energy that's available from the moon, more moon, which is feminine energy of surrender. And to do that and to just allow things to happen without trying to put them into a box or force them or control anything, just like go with the flow. But in order to do that, he's on the same page as her. You do need to get in touch with your feminine, and it does need to come together with your masculine in a harmonious way, you know. What is he willing to do or surrender toward the union right now? There's something in which he has to let go, and he's willing to do that so that he can have something new, so he can co-create something new. And what would the universe have the two of you to do or surrender? Aww, just love. Just be and just allow and just love. Aside from the work that everyone, the couple and the universe are in agreement that, you know, the two of you should do. Do these things with love too. Like be love, basically, as well. What a beautiful spread. Moon tree, love, universal heart, the goddess. Very beautiful. Trilogy of light. And I'm going to go on to the Angel Tarot again, beginning with the Queen of Earth, who is a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes, or again can be showing up here because right now it's a Mercury in Virgo. And maybe they were trying to show me something preliminary about that moon, that, you know, during this period, that it's not going to be some far off moon, you know, later. It's definitely this moon now that falls in between Mercury and Virgo. Because I did see a lot of air, again, as I was shuffling. In any case, the Queen of Earth is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. And maybe an actual person that, you know, or somebody taking on the attributes. As a court card, they tend to represent actual people. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Ooh, okay. Well, let's do this one first. The 8 of Fire. So this is about communication coming your way. Also just things finally picking up. Like maybe they were stagnant. All of a sudden things have picked up. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things are happening at once. And the World. Maybe a situation having involved 3 people or 3 energies. The World, for me, is about the end of a phase or a situation where, and it involves the universe. It's not us alone. The universe stepping in to help us out of one situation. For example, like the masculine's heaven on earth. He needs to let go of something old. It could be the universe causing something to happen, but something slow, you know, that he will be eased out of that and eased into something else, as opposed to when the universe steps in with the Tower and it's abrupt and it's unexpected and we, boom, all of a sudden something's happening to us and our whole life changes. Your whole life changes with the World too, but it's in a much slower pace. You know, there's maybe some time to prepare. And maybe it's been going really slow, and patience is required when the World shows up also. Maybe it's been going really slow, and then all of a sudden it's going to pick up now with that 8 of Fire that also wanted to show up simultaneously. Queen of Earth. And renewal with Archangel Jeremiah, or judgment in the traditional tarot. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. When judgment shows up, which for me represents the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto, because, well, it's a few things. In the traditional tarot, there's like Archangel Gabriel with the horn, and it's Judgment Day, and that is connected to, at least for me, Osiris and Pluto. So here we go. Maybe there's a Scorpio involved. I also said I saw a bunch of water before, or a water sign, period. This card, when it shows up in with relation to in the general sense, can be about judgment. So be careful about not being overly judgmental on yourself or one another or others in general. As it relates to work, so this could be connected to this Queen of Earth and Pentacles, coins, money. As it relates to work, your boss has been like keeping an eye on you for good reason. Not that he doesn't trust you, that he does trust you, that he wants to, this is about to be your big payoff. He wants to give you a bonus, a raise, a promotion, something. So it's not the time to slack off. Keep it up. That's as it relates to work. And as it relates to relationships, romantic and otherwise, friendships and family and all that kind of stuff too. It's a make or break period in a relationship. It's like where you get together, you come together, and you decide once and for all, where do we go from here, if anywhere? Like, what are we doing now? It's a crossroad. Queen of Earth. Now it's the Ace of Earth, who's also a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. We started out with abundance, with that Earth connection. Started out talking about abundance. Contracts, this can be the new job. Judgment and the Queen of Earth can be, something. You got to sign off on it, and then you're going to collect. This could be a new home for somebody. Ace of Earth can also represent, and all these cards can have more than one meaning in the reading. Ace of Earth can also represent like a divinely, guided and blessed relationship as well, and a new opportunity for that relationship. Wow. Right out of the gate, the Lovers with Archangel Raphael for the masculine. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini or other air sign, maybe Aquarius, Libra, and can certainly be about love, but yes, can also be about the need to make a decision or something. Masculine surrounded by Strength with Archangel Ariel. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, exercise some forgiveness and compassion. So it's possible that he has been overly judgmental. And I'm thinking it's on himself, especially since he has this thing that he needs to let go of, that he's aware of, and he didn't let go of it. So the universe had to step in with the world. I think he beats himself up a little bit over that situation. He needs to let that go. Here in his subconscious, the Page of Fire, who's outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So there's maybe a fire sign, or somebody may be sun, sun, moon, rising, fire sign as well. Strength and the Page of Fire represent the signs of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. The feminine, the Five of Air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. The Five of Air for me, yes, it's about conflict. And fives are about a clearing of energy. It's be challenging energy that needs to move through your situation or whatever. But also, it's like when there's conflict, it's a conflict in which we had a hand. We brought this conflict upon ourselves. Might not be, it might have been inadvertently, maybe not maliciously, like we're trying to start trouble. We did something by accident, but it's like we set the wheels in motion, and all of a sudden, here it is back on our doorstep, as they say. Feminine surrounded by the Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money. Good business decisions and giving to those less fortunate. This card doesn't have to be about money. It's any kind of abundance, just like the other cards. It can be love too. Somebody withholding love, somebody giving too much of themselves. I think withholding Maybe because you were tired of the situation, you felt like you didn't have it left in you to keep pushing. The universe guides you, however, to keep going. This is a card of perseverance. The scriptures say those who, keep up the fight and who are with us at the end, basically inherit the kingdom. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Remember, you're a co-creator of that union that showed up in the other spread. Have courage and believe in yourself. Crowning. Judgment is back. Judgment and the Lovers. I think it's a really, really good omen. And, just very, very positive for like reconciliation. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Reconciliation, reunion. So this is me presuming based on these two cards that you've been in separation. But I don't think I'm wrong. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Again, this is the card that guides us to, in a general spread like this, not a romance spread necessarily, guides us to watch, our judgment, our ego. Ego can come into play also with eclipses. So we want to be, particularly strong. So we want to be careful there too. Money. Crossing your Four of Earth. You may have been tight with money, not knowing when it's going to come your way. Again, renewal or judgment as it relates to money and work is an indicator that you're about to get some. And where it relates to love, and again, sitting here next to the Lovers, I think is a wonderful omen for your relationship. Reconciliation and longevity. And the strength to get there, to handle what you have to handle first, to get to the point, even though you feel like you were running out here. At the root, unity. Wow. So this is the high priest or the Hierophant. The Hierophant, the Lovers, and renewal, and absolutely reconciliation. And, more than that, this is again, a repeat. Another repeat of like the other spread. This is more sacred union, more sacred love, more, true love, marriage, all that kind of stuff. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations. Seek out mentors and like-minded friends. In a more general sense, this card is about also the need for us to sometimes change our surroundings, our environment. The people, places, and things with which we've surrounded ourselves are not of our vibration, and they need to be of our vibration or higher, someone from whom we can learn something. The Hierophant or High Priest also about learning, higher institutions, school, college, all that kind of stuff. We need to be learning a lesson. It's about tradition too. This could be the strength to break away from some traditions, to discard them and let those belief systems fall away because they don't serve anymore. The heart of the matter. Wow, the Sun. Okay, the Lovers and the Sun and judgment, all like crossing one another, and even the strength. Absolute true love and reconciliation. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. And sitting here atop the Hierophant. Yes, absolutely. Let's go straight to the romance cards. Beginning with, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have to be able to do both. Love has to be able to pass both ways. Opening to flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Safe for you to love. And a new love, or love anew, love renewed. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. New person, often our old person. New love. And, wow, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Beautiful. I was just staring at the sun here too, and I'm like, this could be connected also to the solar eclipse. Right, the soul, the sun, or de soleil, soulmate. And one more. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Oh yes, I was saying soulmate. I'm going to see the full solar. They're calling this one the Great American Eclipse because it's like going through, forming like a belt across America from Oregon to South Carolina. I'm going to go to South Carolina, where my family's from, to see it. But other areas can also see it. It will be partial for them, however. So we went from soulmate to calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Overall energy is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I think that maybe finances had not been flowing necessarily, or at least to the extent that you would have hoped. And that is what is changing for you. One of the things, at least, that's changing for you in the very near future. Here atop the Lovers, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So the thing that the masculine may need to let go of, hopefully he may have learned a lesson, and he needs to let go of, anything else that's attached to it that's not positive. Like, you take the positive with you, take the lesson learned, the fortunate parts of your experience, and you leave any resentment and regret and all that kind of stuff behind. Also, what he may need to leave behind is perhaps a karmic partner, a quote-unquote karmic partner. The Lovers can be about a decision, and often a decision between two people, two partners, two karmic partners, without the quotes. In that case, karmic meaning destined, fated. Like, all of these relationships that we've had were part of the plan and the path, and they're supposed to be meant for learning experiences and lessons. So taking that and leaving the rest behind. Here atop Strength, more moon for you guys. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Atop the Page of Fire, past life relationship. You've known each other before, and I think this is connected to when I just said that it feels like there's one of the things which he needs to let go is an old relationship. And the decision he has to make is choosing between new partner and old partner, or renewed partner and old partner, toxic and healthy. I think that's what the past life relationship represents. Maybe that person is a fire sign sitting here atop the Page of Fire. It's possible. Perhaps specifically a Sagittarius, because the Sagittarius is the more youthful of the fire element. Here atop the Five of Air, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Maybe in order to deal with that conflict, or even avoid the conflict, to walk away from it, you need to just pull off by yourself. Here atop the Four of Earth, what did I say? Boom. Reconciliation. You're not going to have to keep withholding this love. You're going to be able to share it with the masculine, with your reconciliation opposite his honeymoon. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Here atop the Nine of Fire is passion, right? So this fire element and the passion, this is, for whom you burn, eternal flame, all that kind of stuff. Crowning atop Judgment, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if we made it to a crossroad and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do, what we're meant to do is to, look into this further and see where it can take us. And from the rest of the cards, like I said, I think a very long way. And you have this romantic feelings crossing both the honeymoon and the reconciliation. Here at the Root atop unity, or the Hierophant, is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this is about getting back what we put out. We put out healthy energy of love, and that's what we get back too. You put out negativity, we can manifest that as well, though. So be mindful of that. This is also crossing the reconciliation and the honeymoon. So it's like we've put out this energy of love. That's the calling in your soulmate. And that's how we've drawn one another back in. Here at the heart of the matter, atop the sun, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And see how the sun is sitting here next to the moon? So again, I'm just feeling all this solar eclipse stuff for you guys. Let's get some advice. From the angels to the masculine, the king of fire, who's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. It's also the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot. Just like he saw himself as Jesus the Christ before, he's also the quintessential divine masculine, period. So this, I think, is the masculine's energy, whether he's a fire sign or not. But this card can also represent specifically fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision. Be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. To you, from the angels, it's the Knight of Earth. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind is the Knight of Earth. Also a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. From the romance angels, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So here, communicate with vision. That's what he's being guided to do by both the angels and in general and the romance angels specifically. For you, from the romance angels, children. Your love life is being affected by children. Well, this sort of came out of nowhere, but it can be connected to this situation here, I'm feeling. I mean, of course, these children can be your children too. It can be both. But yeah, I felt a pull over here. And from the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle, to the masculine, message from afar. This guides him to pay close attention to his intuition so that he's able to hear and see. And for you, tantric union. And these cards can come together too, or the energy at least. If he's putting out and being receptive to messages from afar, you are too here in 5D with tantric union. So you guys are on the same page, fully connected. Just quiet yourself and pay attention and you'll hear it. I hope that you enjoy your reading. You find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.